Hi there and welcome. I'm Richard Rahn, principal with the Leonardo Group, and today is the first official day of summer, or maybe it was yesterday here in the United States. Yesterday was Memorial Day, so I'm wearing my summer shirt. So unless you're viewing this from the Southern Hemisphere, welcome to summer, otherwise welcome to winter. And I just wanted to tell you about an upcoming webinar that we have in a few days called Boot Camp for Mixed Model Line Design. And I'm just going to take a minute or two to introduce the topic because you can read a lot more about it on a link that I'll include in this message. But let me just summarize for you what you can expect and why you might consider attending it. First thing is mixed model line design. What is that? Well, let's use a more general term. Let's say value stream. And the question here is, how do you design a value stream? And let's admit it, every value stream just about is mixed model. That means we have different products going through the same processes. And if you don't design this properly, you're going to have issues with balance, with productivity, with throughput. So this is something that you need to take seriously. And it doesn't have to be manufacturing. We use the term line design, but it could be any kind of value stream. It could be an office process, or it could be a hospital. For example, you might have a mixed model line design for the emergency room at a hospital, where you have people coming in. Those are the products, essentially, that are going to go through the system, but they're not all the same. I mean, one person might have a major issue, and another one might have a scratch, and anything in between. So that's the mixed model concept that we need to be able to address when we design a value stream in order to get a high level of throughput, high level of productivity, high level of quality, etc. And there is a way to do that rather than just a philosophical way to do it. In general, a lot of lean specialists, maybe like yourself, tend to apply a philosophy, a lean philosophy when we talk about design. For example, eliminating waste or single piece flow, or these different issues that we've learned over the years related to the Toyota production system or to lean. But we need to go beyond that. We need to have a science for designing value streams, and that's what we're going to talk about in this webinar. Now, boot camp. Why boot camp? Well, we do have a challenge because there's a lot to know, and to ask people to sit down and take a 10-hour or 12-hour course, which we have and which you should do, but being able to do that when you just want to get started and understand the basics might be daunting, might be too much to ask. So we're not saying that you don't need to really understand this subject in depth, but we need to have a way to get started. So boot camp is learning a lot of information in a very short amount of time. That's the concept of a boot camp. When you join the Army, you go to boot camp. So you go through basic training, pretty tough, in a short 8 weeks or 12 weeks or whatever it is. And you come out the other end a soldier, ready to go. So that's the kind of approach we want to take to learning about mixed model line design. So this I'll stop now. Just give you the logistics here. It's on Thursday, June 1st. It's going to be held at 10 o'clock Mountain Time. So that's let's see, that's noon Eastern Time, and add 7 or 8 hours for Europe, etc. And it's going to be 2 hours long, so we'll take a break somewhere in the middle, but it's going to be extremely practical. So we'll be talking about exactly the points that you need to know and you need to apply. So we won't be talking about the history of lean manufacturing. We won't be talking about the benefits or why this is such a great thing. We'll just be talking about the method, essentially, the techniques. What do you do first? What do you do second? What do you do third? And we're going to provide you with an Excel workbook that will help guide you through that process of creating a mixed model design. Whether it's an office process, a factory, a hospital, doesn't really matter. It applies to any of those. Now, there is a small charge, $19. The reason we're charging is not to make a ton of money, because we won't be, but we want to really make sure you're serious and you really want to be there, and don't think that's too much to ask. So just click on the link to read more about it, to see the topics in detail, and we hope you can make it. Oh, by the way, if you can't make it on Thursday, or if the time differences are too much, if you just register for the class, you'll get an email about 5 hours after it's over with a link to the replay. So either way, whether you can be there live, which would be better, or if you can watch it later on, either way you can get access to this webinar. So hope to see you there. Bye now.